Welcome to day 3 of my 12 Days of Christmas, and the show for today is Firefly. It's been a long time since I reacted to Firefly on my channel, and obviously did the Serenity movie as well to wrap things up. But it's such a fantastic show, and it was the start of a real period of growth for my channel. A lot of people started kind of watching my channel because of my Firefly reactions, and it was just such an amazing show. Really touched my heart in an incredible way, very, very quickly. So I knew when I wanted to kind of do these kind of 12 Days of Christmas thing, I knew I wanted Firefly to be one of the shows that was included. I couldn't do every single show, unfortunately, but I knew I wanted a place for Firefly. And yeah, for this video we're going to be doing a quiz, and it's which Firefly character are you? And this is the Zimbio.com quiz, just because it's a little bit longer, and therefore maybe a little bit more accurate if there's more questions. Who knows? But we're going to find out. And honestly, I think with which Firefly character are you, any answer is a good answer. From like face value, I'd say I'm probably most like Simon, but let's see what this quiz says, shall we? Yeah, I guess all we can do is give it a go, so let's get started. Okay, so question 1. How do you aim to misbehave? With a hilarious prank or two, a few inappropriate jokes, a slight change to my daily routine, a little harmless rule breaking, with actual criminal behaviour. Well, it's me, I would definitely have to go for a hilarious prank or two. Which fictional land would you like to visit? Jurassic Park, Wonderland, Tatooine, Atlantis, the Shire, or Gotham City? If you know me, you know I'm a big Batman fan, and even though I'd probably be murdered, Gotham City it is. What would be your first rule of battle? Don't let the enemy know where I am. Let the enemy know exactly where I am, then annihilate them. Hide and wait for the battle to end. Try to avoid getting in the battle in the first place. Kill my enemies with my brain. I mean, I'm quite the coward, I would say, so probably either the third or fourth one. I would say try to avoid getting in the battle in the first place. Which shindig, would you want to attend? A masquerade, a murder mystery party, a wine and cheese soiree, an intimate evening with a few close friends, anything with an open bar. I mean, anything with an open bar sounds great, but personally I prefer an intimate evening with a few close friends. It's the best. You inherit a Firefly-class transport ship. Who would you welcome aboard? Only my close friends and family, folks who can pull their weight on board, anyone who can pay. Everyone is welcome. If I were like a captain, I wouldn't say anyone who could pay, because sometimes you just get a bad vibe off people, can't you? I wouldn't want it to be only my close friends and family, because what if your close friends and family are all useless? Then you're screwed, aren't you? So you're going to have some people who need to be quite decent, even if they're not friends and family. So I'm going to say folks who can pull their weight on board. Mercy is the mark of a great man, a forgiving man, a passive man, a broken man, a dead man. Oh. My mercy outweighs my wrath. I mean, a forgiving man certainly would show mercy, I would say. A great man. I don't know about a great man, because you could kill 100 people in cold blood, let one person go. Show them mercy. You still murdered 100 people. I wouldn't say you're a great person. I'm going to go for a forgiving man. Forgiving is healthy sometimes. Reavers are attacking. What's the first thing you grab? My weapon, my loved ones, my super secret syringe, my Bible. I get the super secret syringe weapon. Grab my loved ones. I want to say loved ones, but is that grab my loved ones to like tell them to hide and keep them safe somewhere, or grab my loved ones as like a human shield? This could go either way, but I am going to say my loved ones because I would want to like save them first. They'd be my priority. What is 10% of nothing? Nothing, less than nothing, not worth my time. Well, technically 10% of nothing, I would say, by my logic, is less than nothing. So I'm going to go for that one. Which role do you play in your family? The crazy one, the chipper one, the grumpy one, the bossy one, the reasonable one, the funny one? Lots of my family, particularly my dad and my nan, say I'm quite funny, so I'm going to go funny one. Is it better to act first or think first? Always to act, only way to get the jump on a situation. Always to think, better to make the wise move than the quick one. I would definitely say always think. Which item would you want to wear right now? Suspenders, goofy hat, kimono, brown coat, Hawaiian shirt, tiny glasses. As much as I love the tiny glasses, I mean, I feel like this kind of speaks for itself. Goofy hat. Congrats, you just accomplished something impossible. What does that make you? Mighty lucky, mighty foolish, mighty brilliant, mighty blessed. I'm going to go for mighty brilliant and be positive about myself for the first time ever. Which do you reckon would be best in the verse? Loved, feared, left alone. I want to be loved. Who doesn't want to be loved? If you wrote fanfiction, what would you most like to change? Oh wow, spoilers. Wash lives, Malin and Ara get together, Jane gets his own ship, Simon and Kaylee get a happily ever after. So this is what I most want to change, so that would mean it would change Simon... Oh no, it wouldn't. Oh, this is tough. I mean, in my head, Malin and Ara do get together anyway. In my head. I know she's like dying and shit, but you know. Jane gets his own shit, I don't really mind if he does or not. I'd love Wash to be alive, but also... I mean, Simon and Kaylee do kind of end up together. They do get happy ever after, unless something goes wrong in Cobbit's set afterwards, I don't know. I don't most want to change. I mean, Sam and Kaylee are like my favourites, and I love them, and I love their relationship, so I'm going to have to make sure they get happy ever after, so I'm going to go for that one. What kinds of things are most likely to make you bust a gut? Something crass or gross like, something witty and whip sharp. Seeing someone fall down always does it for me. That's super dry, ironic sort of humour. Right, it's either 2 or 3 for this one. Because I do appreciate a good witty joke, but seeing someone fall over is hilarious. Maybe I'm a horrible person, but I'm going to go for someone who falls down, because it does always make me laugh. How do you deal with the passing of a loved one? By vowing vengeance upon those that wronged them, by mourning them with a ritual they would have appreciated. I just need some time alone. Mourn them with a ritual they would appreciate, for sure. Respect their wishes as well. Are you a hugger? Hugs tend to be an emotional experiences when I'm involved. Sometimes people don't realise how much I love hugs. I'd like to go on record as not a hugger. How cute is the huge? Is that supposed to be huggy? I don't know. I mean, I don't dislike hugs, but I wouldn't actively hug people, so I'm going to go not a hugger. How might you amuse yourself in a ride to empty space? Oh boy. I know how Jane would. Long journeys are never boring with good conversation, by keeping my mind engaged with challenging material, by quietly contemplating my own smallness and the bigness of the verse. Oh. Toys, movies, music, books, you know, that kind of thing. Definitely that last one. Once your mind is made up, how likely are you to go and change it? Once I make up my mind, it's as good as done. Sometimes I'll change my mind if it's clearly the right thing to do. I'm always open to a well-reasoned, persuasive argument. I'm always open to a well-reasoned, persuasive argument, for sure. Do you play well with others? As long as we're playing the game I want to play. I prefer to play alone. Sure, what are we playing? I mean, I'm kind of fine with playing anything. But sure, what we're playing isn't like exactly the same as playing well with others, you know? I'd play with complete strangers if the game was something I liked. But if I'm thinking of video games, I prefer single-player stories, so I'm just going to go for prefer to play alone. Let's say your boss goes and asks you to do something you just can't agree with. How you like to handle it? I'll ask them to explain why before I do anything, suggest they might be wrong, do what the boss says, outright refuse to do it. I wouldn't outright refuse, I don't think, not without more clarification. But if something does seem dodgy, I would definitely not just do it. I'd probably ask them to explain why, even if that makes me sound a bit annoying. How do you think wars are won? Brute force, superior technology, by winning hearts and mind with dedication to the cause. Ooh, this is tough, because I think all of those are factors in winning wars. I think it's good to have a mix of them all, but which is the most important? I want to say it by winning hearts and minds, but you can easily break that spirit, I think. I think that's the most fragile kind of thing. I don't know. I'm going to say dedication, because if you're really dedicated to the cause, you might come up with new and interesting ways of maybe finding brute force and making new technologies and stuff. Let's say you go and start falling for someone you work with. How would you make that work? Best to keep it a secret, not going to hide it, discreetly take advantage of empty cargo holds. Wow, romantic. I mean, that depends on so many factors. If you work with, it depends on how everyone else would react to it, you know? So I wouldn't want to go flaunting a relationship in front of Jane or someone who just take the piss. So it made me all shy and embarrassed. I think I'd keep it a secret at first, but eventually I would, absolutely tell them. Or tell everyone. So you think you're smarter than people give you credit for? Infinitely. I'm more than meets the eye. I'll let my actions speak for themselves. What you see is what you get. Honestly, with me, what you see is what you get. I'm not a genius, unfortunately. How would you feel about having some babies? I'd prefer to never interact with children, thanks. Babies are fine so long as they're not mine. Maybe someday that's an adventure I'd like to have. Babies are just the best. I'd love to start a family. I wouldn't say babies are just the best, but I do want to start a family one day, so I'm going to go for that one. How do you handle criticism or opposing ideas? I block and delete the comments. I'll keep my own counsel and you'd best keep your mouth shut. I'll hear you out if it's in my best interest. I don't say much, but if I hear something useful, I'll put it to use. I argue my case with facts and logic. I argue my case with facts and logic, of course. Just like everyone on the internet does, right? Everyone's really civil on the internet. Can I get you something to drink? Just water, please. Something to pick me up would be appreciated. Do you have anything that'll make me forget my troubles? Back off. Well, not just water. Something to pick me up would be appreciated. Pick me up, buttercup. Don't break my heart. How are you managing your money? Well, badly. Is that an option? I always keep my credits and my platinum sorted out. I mostly stay on top of things. I can handle what's in my pocket at least. Honestly, I kind of hate paying attention to any of it. I do like to ignore it, so I'm going to have to go for the last one, even though that's horrible and really bad. What's the most important thing in a romantic partner? Physical beauty, a brilliant mind, a stable, reliable personality, money. I'm not particularly interested in romantic partners. I would say stable, reliable personality. Reliability is good in a relationship, I would say. Me being the expert, single forever. And final question, would you rather join a fight club or a book club? Book club every day of the week. There we go. Oh, I got Walsh. Walsh? Wash. Wash. I got Wash. I got Wash. You are Wash. Curse your sudden but inevitable charm. Oh. You've got away with words that entertains as quickly as it endears. While you provide a touch of levity to tough situations, you're as pragmatic as they come, often serving as the voice of reason. Recklessness can rile you up, but oh, how you soar amidst chaos. I'd actually agree with that right up. I didn't even consider being Wash when I thought, yeah, I'm more like Simon, but I think it would be Simon or Wash. So I'm happy with that. I think that's very, very true, actually. So yeah, that was my which Firefly character are you? I got Wash. I'm going to put a link to the quiz in the description, I'm sure. If you want to try it out for yourselves, let me know what you got. And yeah, I'll see you tomorrow for another day of Christmas.